up. He's got the brow band on and the side winkers. Now we're looking at Dictator, only down 2 kilos in body weight, which is good because he's a very fine horse. He doesn't carry a lot of condition, and even looking at him in the yard, he's, as you see, pretty light behind the saddle. That's why he's only had the 3 starts. John Mars just gives him plenty of times to get over his races, because it does take a little bit out of him, because he is a real try. He puts a lot into his wins, and when he won his first race by more than 10 lengths. He finished second behind Good Striker at second start. Then he won by 4 1/4 last time he went around in that novice we had a look at. So he's a real serious racehorse. But this is his toughest test up against the older horses and at Class 3 level. But from barrier number 1, he'll be up there on the lead. And if he takes to the turf, I think he will. And I think he's the one to beat.
You think there's no reason why he doesn't take to the turf. The step up in class is a concern. Class 3, it's a tough division to win, Andrew. A lot of horses sort of get stuck there and can't find a win. But he deserves to be favourite. I mean, compared to a Class 5 race, when you've got a $10 favourite in a Class 5 race, he deserves to be favourite. He's 13 and 8, and I think the punters that do support him, well worth the effort at 13 and 8.
And if he didn't win these races by such a big space, you might be saying, well, maybe it might be tough for him. But he's just been so impressive when he's won, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he lost no real friends when he came second. Good Striker's a fair horse. That was my only concern there. That was over the 1200 on the poly. He's only lost, so this is stepping up the 1200. But no reason, and he's KB Sue's in fine form.
Let's move on and have a look at the horse right behind him, Perigeux. Had the 1 start here in Singapore. Look, way too short for him. And one for you at massive dividend. He just might be a rough quartet chance, just because I thought that race was a little bit too short for him over the 1,000 metres at his first start, and I thought that was just a nice race for him to start off. He's a nice looking type of horse, and on his form from Australia, this doesn't still look too short for him. But he's not the worst of them, and he could get into 3rd or 4th here at massive odds.
Well, true, he's at massive odds. He was his debut run, he was $185. As you said, that was almost a trial, 1,000 metres on the poly, so he was probably just having a look at Cranji. He was beaten a long way, but as you mentioned, Andrew, Randwick form is, his Randwick form is pretty good. He had 23 starts in Australia for 3 wins, 4 seconds and 4 thirds. So he's an honest type. So yeah. Certainly look at him in the quartets if you can afford it in the bottom end.
He won 125,000 in Sydney. He raced in the name of Jedburgh. Do they pronounce it, Larry?
You're asking me. I pronounce... when you live on an island by yourself, Andrew, you sort of like tend to forget some of these horses' names and how they're pronounced. But
I'm sure Craig will let us know shortly. Raging Storm. A nice effort by him 2 starts ago behind Mr. Timely on the turf. He's another who came here with a reasonably good reputation for a 1-time winner. He's by Exceed and Excel, and I think he's up to running a big race here and a good chance here for the top 4.
Oh, I think it's a definite for top 4. His win was good. It's Class 4. He stepped up. He showed he can be competitive. He got beaten in the neck by Mr. Timely, 1,200 metres in this class, and that form's going to hold up, Andrew. So he's a good value at 35 and 12. Excellent each way chance.
Yep, just wish he had drawn a little bit closer to the inside so he can get a bit of a softer run. So Jurek will be trying to get a little bit of cover and get him to switch off. Now Street Ruffian, he's been doing a good job just for the fact that he slowly kept stepping it up, and even when he won at Class 4 level, I thought when he gets up to Class 3 he'll struggle, but he still seems to be handling each time they sort of step him up in grade. He's still not far away from the action.
Yeah, well, if you're not looking at getting on the favourite at 13 and 7, and the number 1 horse is 21 and 6, he's terrific odds at 128 and 30, because he's an honest horse, Andrew.
Anik Luke Tong seemed to have his chance last time on the poly track, and this is going to be much tougher for him. I really like the way he galloped during the week, number 11. Nice final hit out for him, but this is a big step up in grade for him, but he's well thought of with 31 and 10. It's going to be hard. It's a nice style of horse. I don't mind him as a type, and he seems to be parading all right. I don't think he'll get better and better with more racing under his belt. I was just a little bit concerned about the step up in grade today.
And he looks comfortable on the poly. His 2 wins have been on the pole. He's had the 1 race on the turf. He was well beaten, but quite a few of those horses were by a clear fast pass. So he's just got to show me he can handle the turf or be competitive on the turf in what is a good race.
Rocker Bars had 1 start here, didn't do a lot. He was given a break after that. He's going to need something longer than this. He doesn't look ready at this stage. We'll get a look at Typhoon Uno and World Excellence as they come through. But a quick word on them. He's got Adelaide form Typhoon Uno. Is any chance here first up?
The recent trial was okay, Andrew. So what number are we looking at? Number 13. 284 and 59, so he hasn't got a lot of support, so I'd probably just prefer to watch.
Okay, and the 14 World Excellence. How have you assessed him? He was down in Class 4 at his last couple of starts, and now he's stepping back up in grade again.
No, he showed last time when he was in this grade that he can't really handle it, so you just wait for him to drop back to Class 4, a more suitable race, and then you can entertain him there, but and only just then.
And there he's on the screen as he comes through. World Excellence, and drawn. He's number 14 and he's drawn 14. Oh, I thought the horse on screen number 8 might be a real wild card one here, just for your small exotic bets. I might actually just throw him in for 4th. Okay, I'm going to go with numbers 7, 1, 9 and 8. What are your top 4, Larry?
We've gone pretty similar, bar the 8. I've gone 7, 1, 9 and 2.
7, 1, 9 and 2. Larry's got Fighting Spirit in there for 4th. Let's head upstairs to Craig. And I think on Track Talk you were tipping Dictator. You're still sticking with him today?
Yeah, I'll be going with Dictator. I think he's got the class to win this. There's a few little queries. He was nominated to run 2 weeks ago and was scratched. There was obviously a little setback with him, but on exposed form he does look the one. But going to the turf for the first time might be a little bit of a concern up against a better quality lineup here today. So I don't think he's an absolute good thing, but he's the favourite, and I think he'll probably win the race, Dictator. I've marked him ahead of number 9, Raging Storm. He should be running on very strongly here. He hit the line terrific, I thought, over the 1,000 metres on the poly last start. And his previous run, he was beaten only a neck behind Mr. Timely over this journey. So if there's speed on, he'll be hitting the line pretty hard towards the end. Swicism, and I thought Fighting Spirit might be able to run a place too. He's better than his first up run. He was off the bit and a mile off them in the race won by a clear fast pass when they went 109.51. I don't think they'll get anywhere near that sort of time here, although the track is pretty hard and fast. He was just out of his league last time, the way the race was run, and he might be able to run a better race. So going to go with 7, 9, 1 and 2. 7, 9, 1 and 2. Horse number 8, he raced in Australia under the name of Jedburgh, so you were correct. Not sure what he races under here. Perigeux probably. It's a region, I believe, in France, but how you pronounce it, not real sure about the 8 here, but we've got a couple of French-sounding names here with Jalot also, horse number 3. So they're moving off to the start. We've got near on a capacity field. We have, in actual fact, 14 to go for the Crunchy Stakes C, race number 6 of the day.
Danny Beasy giving Schwarzism a good warm-up at the start too. Looks like he wants to going to show a bit of speed out of the barriers here with Schwarzism. And then coming up later on, we've got some more interviews to give you as our build-up to the Magic Millions, and we're talking with some leading players also. And Mike Clements, he's got 3 runners in the Magic Millions.